this is how you can be impressive to other people. You know, I remember when I was like trying hard to be impressive to other people, right? And there's certain stuff that you could do that will work for a moment, right? It'll work, or you'll catch some people off guard, or somebody, if they far enough away, then they can't read that you are basically just bullshitting and posing and posturing, you know, to look a certain way. Well, the only real way to be impressive to other people is to not try to be impressive to other people. Like, here's the thing. You know what impresses people? If you are impressed by yourself, that's impressive. Like, think about it. Wouldn't you agree? Think about the people with the biggest impacts on the world, right? I think about music. And very few people have you ever seen that can compare to a live performance from Bob Marley. If you've never seen a live performance from Bob Marley, please go look. Please go check it out. It's something to see, man. Completely captivating. Completely. Like, Bob had the world thinking they was Rastas, bro. For still right now today, but you know, in the 90s and all that, it was still super prevalent. Bob died in 81. Right? Like, but just the fact that Bob stood for what Bob stood for. Not what you stood for, not what you wanted Bob to stand for, but Bob stood for what Bob stood for. That was fucking impressive. You know, his hair, it wasn't neat and permed and pressed like everybody else during those times. He had dreadlocks that were never done, and you know, just completely wild. You know, Bob was a good singer, but he wasn't the best singer. You know what I mean? And what people related to with Bob was his authenticity. And you know, he was seemingly carefree. Nobody's carefree. But he didn't, one thing that you could tell that he didn't care about your opinion of him, and he didn't care about impressing you. The man just wanted to impress himself or impress God, however you want to say it. But it wasn't about nobody else's opinion, bro. And that's what made him so revered, bro. You know, to me, if you ask me from my point of view, maybe the most revered artist ever. Maybe the most revered artist ever. And I'm sure cultural bias got a little bit to do with that, but there's very few artists plastered around the world in the way that Bob Marley is. I don't think that there's any. Not to the degree that Bob Marley is. Bob Marley stands for something today, right now, and it's everywhere in the world. It's hard to go anywhere and not see somewhere in that region, you know, big murals and paintings of Bob, bro. It's everywhere. And, you know, you just got to think about stuff like that. Even if you come down to the rap game, you know, when I think of the most influential, the most revered artists in rap history, I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm going to say. Tupac. You know, you can have a different favorite. You can have, you know, you can say this one, but who's as revered as Tupac? Who's, again, plastered around the world almost to the degree of Bob Marley, damn near? None of them. Pac, just Pac. You know what I mean? And Nipsey culturally, you know, if we're talking just culturally, Nipsey, you know, but yeah, worldwide, Tupac, bro, and it's not even close. And again, somebody that was just authentic, you know, and I know Pac is misunderstood because people say, oh, Pac thought he was a gangster. I never heard Tupac say he was a gangster. I heard Tupac say stories about other people and tell them in the first person. That's what artistry is. That's what he did. That's what a lot of people did, especially in the 90s. And, you know, just hard to compare somebody to Tupac. You know, That's the first thing you say when you get hot. I'm the next Tupac. You know, you had a lot of people, you know, just, you know, yeah, but you know, it's only one Tupac. You know, Tupac is the moment a song comes on, you don't think it's nobody else, you know it's Tupac. That's how much he stands out, bro. And, you know, he got that way by not caring about what everybody thought about him, bro. And, you know, all artists aside, think about the people you know in your life that stand out. You know, you could be a really good person, you could be a cool person, whatever. If you conforming and trying to be like everybody else, you can't stand out but so much you like everybody else. So you got to embrace your unique characteristics, your flaws, you know, your unique everything is something unique about everybody. That's what you should embrace. You should embrace all of you, but definitely embrace the part of you that's unique. Most people embrace the parts of them that's closer to everybody else, and then they wonder why they can't, you know, get that feeling that they're looking for, because no matter what thing you think you're looking for, you're only really looking for a feeling, a state of being, let's call it. You know, you're really just looking for this state of being. You know what I mean? No matter if you're looking for money, cars, a house, certain women, you know, certain men, if you're a woman, whatever. You're looking for a state of being. You're trying to be in a certain state of consciousness and be you. You know, you hear it all the time, like, be you. It's your superpower. It is. Be uniquely you. It's okay. With love and respect. Rakim, not them. I'm out. Peace.